So P's obviously used to me handling her paws. So I usually have her sit on my lap, and then I grab one of her front paws to start. And if you're just getting started, I would start with an emery board. She always tries to lick it. She likes her toenail dust. Thank you, P. So I start filing. This is assuming your pet's gonna let you touch their paws. You may not be at this point even. So the first thing I do, if I'm trying to work with a pet to let me touch their paws, is I find their highest value treat so that they have a really positive reward and something excited or to be excited about. So you touch their paw, give them a reward, so you can start desensitizing them to handle their paws. So we touch, good. He's very used to me trimming her nails. So is Barrett. So just keep it really positive. You're gonna wanna maybe do it when they're tired. If they're hyper and full of energy, they're not gonna have as much patience for you to touch their paws. They need to be in a calm state where they're gonna have the patience to work with you. Oh, yes, hello. So the next thing, and this is a really good tool to get them desensitized to their toenails having a rough surface on them. Because if you're gonna work your way up to using like a Dremel, and you can just buy some of the cheaper ones from like Walmart, Amazon, Chewy, but I have an actual Dremel because we do a lot of shop work, and P lets me use this on a very low setting so it doesn't hurt her little toenails. But the next thing I would do once your pet lets you kind of touch their paws, or maybe they don't let you touch them, is a scratch board. I made this out of just a piece of scrap wood that we have. I used 150 grit sandpaper, and I hot glued it to the board. And I wanted it to look cute for the video, so I used my little chalk paint and just painted it and distressed it real quick. So the next thing you'll want to do, okay, cup, cookie. We're running out of cookies over here. I think Barrett got into our treat bag. Hey, come. Turn your little booty. Sit. Good. So you're gonna want to hold the board in front of you. She doesn't like this cord. Hey, come. Come here. Here, on your own. Stay. Hey. Go ahead. Off. Sit. She's excited. Scratch. Yes. So I taught P scratch. We do a lot of paw work. We're out of cookies. I gotta grab cookies. Stay. Yes. So we've done a lot of paw work, and she's learned how to wave, she can shake, so she's good at using her little legs, besides being a Boston Terrier. Come, sit, yes. As soon as you give them a command and they do it, you want to praise them. So that's why I give her the treat and say yes so quick. So P, scratch, scratch, no, off, scratch, no, yes. You're too close. Scratch. Scratch. Yes. And you can take their paw if they'll let you and rub it down the scratch board and praise them as you do that to teach them that they're supposed to scratch this. Yes. She does it pretty quick. Scratch. Yes. Even if they do it part way, you should still praise them, especially if they're really scared, because new textures can really be scary for pets. P has a lot of confidence, so most of the stuff doesn't scare her. We've worked really hard to build her confidence, though. So I would use a scratch board if your pets are really scared of having their paws touched. I think that's a really important place to start. And it's fun. It's a game. She gets obviously a lot of rewards for it. And once you have them built up and confident enough with this, that's when I would maybe switch over to an emery board. Because it's going to take time. If your pets are really scared of having their toenails touched, it's a process. It can take months before you can really mess with their toenails and have more success. But any little bit of success, make sure to reward them and praise them, because the more that they know that they're doing what you asked and you're happy about it, they're going to remember that and they'll want to do it again. So let's trim our toenails, because this is one of the big ones that a lot of people have a hard time with, because it's scary. They don't want to quick them. I'm a vet tech and I do nail trims at least half of my appointments throughout the day. Owners ask for a nail trim because they can't trim their own pet's nails, or they're scared to. Sit. Good. You're being good. So a lot of times I hold P because she's little. And if your dog's toenails are clear, you can typically see the quick. But if not, and they're black toenails, there's kind of a hollowing point that you'll want to stop at, where it does turn into the quick. And I always say less is more. If you're scared, just trim the tips off. That way you don't quick them, because you don't want to traumatize them. Otherwise you're gonna have to work that much harder to get them to trust you again. So with P, she's very used to it. She always tries to eat her toenails, so you'll see her trying to put her face here. And I hold my clippers at a 90-degree angle. Oops. Barrett found the treats. Lie down. Lie down. Where'd you go? Oh, you little stinker. You pushed him. No. I probably should have put Barrett away, but he enjoys this too. And I'm so used to doing P's nails that I know how to round them. So I'll take a little bit off and then I'll work on the middle and the corners to try to smooth them. Like if you don't have an emery board or a Dremel. Her toenails are very long right now. I've let time go by. So I get her nails as short as I can without quicking her. I never want to quick my dogs, because otherwise they're not going to be this good. Excuse me. On your rug. On your rug. All the way. Good. So I'll come right up to the camera so you can see how short I got her nails. And now, what I do, if I don't have a Dremel, is I take the emery board. P always tries to lick the emery board. And I just start going to town like we're at the nail salon. Are you getting your nails did? and I smooth them because I don't like getting scratched. I get scratched a lot at the vet. So when I come home and P does jump on me, because she's a little dog and I'm not perfect, I want them smooth. Because if she jumps on like a little kid, which hopefully not, or grandparents or something, I don't want her sharp little nails scratching them. So I make it a point to make them nice and smooth. Let's try the Dremel now. Good. And remember, lots. Barrett, you wiped me out. You ate all the cookies. You ate all of them. There's like 2 in here. And there were 30. Good girl. You little turkey. Oh, Barrett. Okay. So the Dremel. Can't believe you ate all of them. So I'm gonna just start with the first setting. So it's really low. Oh, why can't I turn this on? Oh, it's okay. See, even P sometimes is still scared of this. So we have to do a lot of positive. You ate. This is empty. P, come. Did you? Oh, there's a few left. Well, I'm gonna give these to her. I can't believe you did that. Here we come. P, cookie. No, you've had plenty. Good. Yes. Okay, I'm gonna hide these so that he doesn't eat all of them. Okay, come here. I don't even know if I'm in the camera anymore. Oh, it's okay. Yes. So turn it on, give her a treat. Yes. You don't want to hold it too long on the toenail because it can burn them. Like they're quick, I should say. I've gotten my pets back from the groomer before I started grooming my own dogs, and I could kind of tell that their little paws looked burnt. So go on a low setting. I mean, if you have a bigger dog, you can turn it up a little bit. I'm not going to because it scares P. But get them nice and round. And there's a certain way you should hold this so that it doesn't catch and then it flicks back at you. So you want to hold it nice and at an angle. I'm gonna try and bump this up just a little. Oops, my hand keeps bumping it. Good girl. Yes. Oh gosh, you keep bumping it. Good girl. Yes. So I'll just show you guys one paw. With the Dremel at least. I will say, you'll notice with most dogs' toenails, the fronts are typically longer than the back because they use their back toenails a lot. Yeah, you ate them all. They're all gone, Barrett. They use their back toenails for traction, and like when they go to take off running, they're typically shorter in the back. So be really careful when you go to trim or Dremel your dog's back toenails, or just start with an emery board, because the quick is going to be right there. Most of the time it's pretty short. You're just going to eat the bag now. Like P, she chews on her back toenails. She either has allergies or she's just a goofy dog. So I don't have a whole lot that I take off. One thing I will go over, if you have 2 people and you are trimming your dog's toenails, I will show you a safe way to hold, especially if you don't fully trust your dog that they're not gonna try to bite you. which that could be for a separate video to talk about like muzzle training. Okay, I'm gonna take this away from you. You're all done, all gone. Thank you. So, here this is ridiculous. All gone. Thank you. Sit down. So safety and holding 101. We'll make this quick because I know this video is already longer than I meant for it to be. So one thing you're going to want to do is put one hand under their belly so they can't sit down on you. Okay, go. Barrett, on your rug. Let's go. On your rug. Thank you. Lie down. Good boy. P is so good. She's just letting me do this. Okay, and the next thing you're going to do is take your hand that's up by their head. You're going to put it under their neck. That way you have control of their head so they can't turn and try to bite who's ever trimming their nails. And if they're really good, here, stay on me. You can help who's ever trimming like the front nails. And if they can sit, put your hand behind the elbow so they can't pull back as easily while the person trims. Keep this hand by their head though. He just lets me though. I mean, she could just be here all day. Huh? You're so good. Do we have any more? Yes, you did it. I think that was everything I wanted to touch on. Just go slow. Most people just want to jump right in and start trimming. If you only get one toenail done, just remember that that's still a success. Just make sure to reward your dogs and keep it really positive. If they're terrified, don't force it because that's not going to do anything. They're just going to become more scared. I can't tell you how many conversations I have a day with owners discussing desensitization. And I get asked, what does that mean? It seems pretty self-explanatory, but that's not always the case. You're getting them used to having their paws handled and toenails touched, because toenails can be the absolute worst and scariest thing for dogs, because they've had a bad experience, whether the owner quicked them, the vet, had plenty of situations at the vet where they do get quicked. It's not on purpose, it's an accident. But it doesn't take much, so that's why at the vet we try really hard to not quick pets, because we don't want them to be scared of us, especially at the vet. They already have enough going on when they're there. So yeah, just take it slow, keep it positive, try and make it a fun time. Don't have it be the chore where it's just so stressful for both of you, because they're gonna pick up on it and they're gonna be scared. Start with a scratch board, make it a game, and then go from there. You can message me if you have any questions. I'm happy to talk about toenails. I know that they can be very challenging. All right, thanks for watching.